Welcome to episode 23 of our Family Travel Australia series. This week we say goodbye to the heat and humidity of the Central Coast and head for the hills literally with a 5-night stay in the beautiful Blue Mountains. Like many places in Australia, this region has recently been ravaged by bushfire. And whilst it's overwhelming to see the devastation, there is definitely a positive air and the communities are open and enthusiastic for visitors to return. We spend an incredible morning at Scenic World, soaring 270 metres above the rainforest and descending over 500 metres down into the Jamison Valley as we ride their Scenic Skyway, Scenic Cableway and the Scenic Railway. The views were spectacular and we certainly felt alive in the crisp mountain air. We also visited Everglades Historic House and Gardens and stepped back in time amongst this beautiful National Trust property located in the quaint town of Leura. And Paul has an unexpected encounter with a Satin Bowerbird.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We are on the road again. Where are we, Jasper?
In the Blue Mountains.
We are indeed, and wow, we don't know what we expected to see, but it is quite confronting to see the amount of area that is being devastated by these bushfires across late last year and early this year. It is truly remarkable to actually see it at this much landscape burn.
It is. I'm not quite sure what we expected. We'd heard from some friends recently that the mountains were black as opposed to blue, and it definitely is overwhelming to see the scope of the area of the national parkland and the mountains that have been affected. But like what you were saying, Paul, the regrowth already, nature is so incredible. There are just these bright pops of green where the trees and the undergrowth are starting to regenerate and regrow, and it's absolutely spectacular. It's quite confronting and overwhelming, but it's really beautiful.
The contrast against that completely charcoal burnt landscape and then those vibrant pops of green are beautiful.
It is really beautiful.
They're definitely open for business. And certainly from everyone that we spoke to is the catchphrase is holiday here this year. And they are keen to have people come back and visit and be a part of that regrowth.
Absolutely. I think as many places, particularly along the east coast and southeast coast of Australia, will be calling out for people to come back and support local business and support the communities and help increase that business, that revenue, that support for everybody in these fire affected areas. So we're stoked. We're so happy to be.
And it's 15 degrees outside.
It's preparing us for Tassie.
Literally for the last 2 weeks has been, hovering around 40, 42 degrees wherever we've been. And, I don't think the lowest temperature we've had has been about 23. So this is really enjoyable.
Yeah, so first stop after we settle in at the Blackheath tourist park, I think we'll be to the local op shop to see if we can pick up some warmies.
I've got one jumper and my vest.
Yeah, so we'll get prepared. We've got an awesome week of experiencing the best of the Blue Mountains as well, so really excited about that.
All right, let's do it. Thanks for having us, Blue Mountains.
Thank you. Bye.
Where are we, Jasper?
At the Scenic World.
We are. You ready to have fun?
Yes.
Fly high?
Yes.
Here we go.
amazing.
The world's steepest railway.
Holy dooly.
Here we go. I'll go too well for Oh my goodness! Are you ready? That's how heavy going is, good. Woohoo! How you feeling, mate? Good? Wow!
Thanks for riding. Enjoy the
Holy
rainforest.
dooly.
Scenic World. How good is this?
Oh my goodness, as far as a natural environmental experience goes, this is incredible.
It is. We've just enjoyed a discovery pass. It takes in the Scenic Railway, the Scenic Skyway.
They've also got the Scenic Cableway and then the Scenic Walkways, which are all different sized walking tracks that you can do down in the rainforest to really explore the best of the Jamison Valley here in the Blue Mountains.
And a hot tip from us is that if you're with little ones, come early. We arrived at opening time, which is 9 a.m, and that way we really beat the crowds that are maybe coming in from Sydney. This particular attraction is seeing over 1 million visitors a year, and for good reason. It is a stunning natural environment. I mean, what you can see here in the Blue Mountains region is only a small percent.
It's like 2% of the entire Blue Mountains that you can see as far as your eye can see here at Scenic World.
In fact, it is twice the size of the Grand Canyon in the USA. So
it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely stunning. And I don't know if it's the mountain air, the crisp, cool air, being in so much temperate rainforest, or what it is, but it certainly makes you feel alive. It makes you feel energized. It's just amazing.
it's worn Jasper out. He's having a little kip on the bench over there, which is cool.
And there's loads of different experiences that you can choose. So you can choose your own adventure when you
Yeah.
come here. You can do them all, you can do one. We have loved them all for how different they are. The Skyway gives you the most incredible view of the famous Three Sisters,
Yeah.
and beyond into the Jamison Valley. The
rail,
railway.
yes, look, the world record breaking railway. It is the world's steepest incline passenger railway.
It
and
was fun. It got
my
the
knees
heart
were a little
racing.
bit jelly. It took me back to that cave experience we had up in Queensland. But look, I survived. It is an awesome experience. It's great for families, and if you're in the Blue Mountain regions, do yourself a favor and come and visit this pristine World Heritage listed area. Woohoo! Blue Mountains. It's a little bit chilly up here in the Blue Mountains. It's literally been raining non-stop for the last 3 days, and we're staying practically on top of the mountain amongst the clouds. We're here at Blackheath Glen Tourist Park. It's a very cool caravan park, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't say hi at the first.
Oh, you want to say hello? Go.
Hi.
This park is really wonderful for families, and also for people who've got longer vans like ours, because there's plenty of room to get in and around. There's 23 unpowered sites, which is great for every type of camper. There's also 40 powered sites. They've got a number of cabins, including these older style log cabins, and then some beautifully new designed cabins that are for larger families, and they also have one specifically for accessibility guests as well. A really great part of this park for Jasper and for kids is that it's opposite a wonderful playground, and there's even a little bit of a duck pond over there. Now, the on-site managers are super friendly, and they heard that we loved our wildlife, so they tipped us off and let me know that they have a resident bowerbird. I was able to set up my GoPro and leave it down there for about an hour and capture some absolutely beautiful displays of this bird. We love it here in the Blue Mountains, and it is, I think, added a bit of extra enjoyment being chilly as well. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little bit rainy, a little bit misty, and a perfect day to be visiting the Everglades Historic House and Gardens here in Leura in the Blue Mountains. Just beautiful.
It is beautiful, and it's a National Trust property. So as National Trust ambassadors, we're really excited to come and visit a property that we haven't been to in New South Wales before. And it is regarded as one of the most stunning properties, certainly one of the most incredible gardens here in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah, in fact, it is world renowned, this garden, so we can't wait to get in. And I'm told we are having a Devonshire tea.
Ooh, that'll be nice.
One
Warm us up.
of my favourite things to do. All right, let's check it out. We have just enjoyed a delicious Devonshire tea.
So good.
Here in the tea rooms in this beautiful 1930s Art Deco house situated amongst 13 acres of beautifully landscaped European style gardens with the drizzly rain. It's just, I think, been a beautiful environment to come and visit the Everglades.
Oh, absolutely. The gardens themselves are incredible. Every path you go down, every corner you turn, there is something new and different to look at. And the rain certainly didn't stop Jasper from running around and exploring and jumping in puddles and having a wonderful time. And then, of course, coming into the house that has now been converted to the tea rooms and being able to sit and have something delicious and look out over the Jamison Valley of the Blue Mountains.
Yeah.
It's just a really lovely way to spend a morning or an afternoon.
Yeah, and I love, as soon as you walk into this house, you feel like you've stepped into an episode of Antique Roadshow.
Yep.
It would be perfect for that show, actually, with the
be.
gardens and this environment. It is absolutely beautiful. A step back in time, really.
It is, and it gives you an insight into how the owners would have lived back when this property was first built and designed. And what I love too is that they have converted the on-site squash courts to a gallery now, and they feature different exhibitions throughout the year. They currently have a local artist with an exhibition called Nature's Creations, and it's all a textile experience and really interesting, unique pieces in there.
It's always been a community environment that it's invited the community in all the way through its history, this house. So it really is beautiful. You mentioned also earlier that the Russian ballet had even performed in the outdoor theatre, the garden theatre, I mean, they've really set this environment for beautiful artistic displays.
It does. The whole walk through the gardens feels like a journey, and like you're involved in, I don't know if it's a play or a piece of theatre, but it really does take you on a beautiful journey, and it's definitely worth visiting when you are in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah, I think the other thing for us is having National Trust of Australia membership has opened up this new world of experiences for us. There's, I think, now 280 properties around Australia, over 1,000 around the world, and with our membership it allows us access to these places to learn about the history, the environment, the built heritage, the cultural heritage, things that we probably would not have experienced. So
absolutely.
we love that part of our membership, and really to come here and spend a few hours, whether that's in the morning or the afternoon, have a Devonshire tea, really wonderful experience. Very rainy day outside. Perfect day for editing for me. What else can you do on a rainy day? Can you floss? You're getting it. It's really good.